I wanted to talk a little bit about inventory and keeping track of inventory uh, as part of this series of A to Z's. And so as I have sort of transitioned from close to my heart into Stampin' Up, I really wanted to get better about sort of tracking my inventory. And I'm doing it in a couple of different ways. And so this will be broken up in sort of two sets. One is, how am I tracking which stamp sets I have, which embossing folders I have, which die sets do I have, and how am I managing that? Because my stash is pretty small right now, I do want to keep it at a reasonable level as well moving forward. So what I wanted to do is I wanted to talk about how am I cataloging this. For me, I'm not good at cataloging. And so the second part of this video, I'm going to go onto my computer and show you what I'm doing there. But as far as when I get the physical product, there are a couple of techniques that I stole from a couple of other makers in the past on how they were managing their inventory. And what it is using washi tape. And I'm going to just sort of turn this on its side so that you can see this. So every catalog gets a washi tape assignment, I think is the best way that I can explain it. So if it's an annual catalog, it's going to get a washi tape assignment. So in the case of this annual catalog, the washi tape that's being assigned is the green stripe washi tape. So anything that I've bought out of this Stampin' Up! Catalog, the annual catalog from May 24 to April 2025, is going to get, anything that I've bought out of this catalog is going to get a green washi tape associated to it. There is going to be an online special, or the online exclusives are going to be coming out, and that's getting assigned this green floral washi tape. And then there is going to be a September to December catalog, and that is going to get assigned this gold washi tape. So what I try to do is I try to make it different enough for anything that I'm keeping in my inventory so that it doesn't look all the same. And what I do is I just go buy the cheapest washi tape I can find, and I will then run through that washi tape colors and colorways so that I can have a variety of different washi tapes assigned to these different catalogs, especially as we go through. I don't want to repeat a washi tape per se, too close to one that I've used in the past. All right, so what I have done, I'm trying a couple of different methods. I started off, as you can see down here, and I'm hoping that that's showing in camera well. I started putting it at the bottom of the cases. I'm not sure that's going to work. I think it's a little too low. So with this one, I started putting it up a little bit higher, and I'm trying not to overlap, say, the picture of any of the stamps that are in there, and I don't really care if it goes over the back. The other thing that I'm doing, and again, this was a demonstrator that talked about this. I found a video, and again, I can't remember her name, unfortunately, but she actually used one of her extra catalogs and cut out the information about the die set. And she was storing it with her dies, but because I'm storing my dies with my stamp sets, I actually put it just on the back. I just put it into the sleeve because, again, these allow you to add more to it. I put all the dies that were associated with this particular one, and I can actually tell you that this is the wrong set because I'm just looking at it, and this is Sentimental Park, so I've got the wrong set. I had it going the wrong direction. So sliding that in like that, and that's the right stamp set, or the right die set. The reason this can be really helpful is that if you think you're missing a die, this is going to tell you all the dies that should be there. So if you open this up and you feel like maybe there's a die that you misplaced, you can look at that picture and you can see and count all your dies and make sure that they're all there. So again, this is sort of more of a storage thing, but again, it just helps me know the dies and the stamp. And then the washi tape is helping me identify which catalog I bought it from. And because it's got the green stripe, I bought it from the annual catalog. All right, so I did the same thing with the embossing folders. So the embossing folders, again, I started doing it down at the bottom on the first ones that I got. I decided to move that up to more towards the top of the embossing folder so that I could see it more readily. Again, I'm adding a cut from the catalog, an extra catalog that I'm just using to cut up, or I'm printing it off of the website. This one happens to be a print off from the website that I just shrank down. So again, I know information about this embossing folder. So the ones that have the green flower washi tape, these are coming out in the online exclusives that will come out, and the this one, the wintry treetops, you can see that that goes with this embossing folder, and both of those are going to be in the September to December mini catalog. And then when I have a die set like this, I'm storing my individual dies that don't have a stamp together. If it needs to be kept together like this alpha a la mode, then I have a in this case, I've got 2 of my magnet sheets, and I'm putting them into these cases. Both of these, the case I got off of Amazon, the magnet sheets I also got off of Amazon, but they are the Stampin' Storage magnet sheets because they're nice and stiff. And so then what I would do here is, because I know this alpha a la mode I got from the annual catalog, this wasn't a special or anything like that, I'm going to just take some of this washi tape, and then I'm going to just see where the flap is. And in this case, I'm going to come over on the opposite side of the opening, and I'm going to just add that washi tape to that. Now, if it's a die set that is just its own die set, it's actually sitting up on my wall up to the right of me, where I have a bulletin board where I've got magnetic strips on it, and the dies are sitting up there together, readily available, and not in one of these packages. I'm going to see how that works before I move them into a package. They may end up in a package at some later date, but for right now I'm trying it this way. And then I've done a I've used my little label maker. I've created a label. I've put the item number, the name of the die set, and then I've taken a little piece of washi tape and I've put it with the name and the number that I've put on the board. And I'll take a picture of that and try and upload that onto the video as well. At the end of the video, I'll add that. And that then allows me to know that I bought this die set. Say that I bought, which one? Say I bought the Nested Essentials die set. I bought it out of the annual catalog, so it's going to have a little bit of washi tape with the name, so that I know that that's the catalog I got it from. I got Greetings of the Season. There's a Greetings of the Season set that is words, and there was a die set that went with it that gave you the sentiment shapes, and so I got that one. That's up on my board because it doesn't necessarily need to go into this particular case, because I can use it more universally than just with the sayings that are in the greetings from the season, Greetings of the Season. So I put that up on my board, and then I put a piece of the green flower washi tape underneath that one, so that I know that it went with this set. So hopefully that makes sense, and I'm not too confusing about what I'm doing here, but this is how I'm keeping track of my inventory and knowing what is what sets or embossing folders or anything is associated to, right? I don't worry about embellishments. I don't worry about uh, ribbon or anything like that. I really only worry about these pieces of things that I'm reusing over and over again from a tools perspective, to label these so that I know what they belong to. So because I put my dies with my stamp cases, as we just saw, I do end up with a lot of extra packaging. And this packaging is all of the dies that I have that go with my stamp sets, but also the dies that I've put up on my bulletin board so that I have them readily available. So the same thing that I did with the stamp cases, I'm doing with these packagings for the dies, because they do have folders that they come with. And so I want to keep it all together. So I'm doing the same thing by using the same washi tape. So the washi tape tells me that it was part of the annual catalog, and I know that all of these will be part of that annual catalog, and then I can match them up with the stamp sets that I have, if they're stamp sets. So Beach Day, Hot Air Balloon. This one says Deckled Circle Dies, so I know that that's up on my wall. Alphabet a la mode, I know I have in a different different piece. This one was the Seaside Wishes embossing folder. Textured floral dies, sentimental park. So essentially what I'm trying to do is just make sure that the washi tape that is on the extra packaging that I'm saving matches whatever I've done with the stamp sets or the dies that I've put up on my wall. I've even done that for the additional um, dies that I've gotten for my paper pumpkin, because the Thanks and Beyond dies are up on my wall. And so I've just made note that I actually put it with the annual catalog. We'll see if that works, because, obviously Paper Pumpkin comes out every quarter with a die set that coordinates with the 3-month Paper Pumpkin cycle. So we'll see if that works, but for right now, that seems to be okay. And then again, I've got the new ones that are a part of the online specials, or online the ones that are just offered online. I can't now remember the name of it. I also am saving the Stampin' Write packaging for the pens that I've gotten, so that if I ever need to put them away or pack them away or whatever, I've got the packaging to put those back into. So hopefully that's helpful. I don't know how I'm storing these right now, to be honest. Right now I just have them on a shelf, and they're not taking up too much room. I'm gonna have to find a storage solution for this at some point, but for right now, I don't have a great storage solution other than stacking these on a shelf and just out of the way in my office, and we'll see where they end up eventually. All right, so the next part, I'm going to go online. I'm going to show you how I'm actually tracking the inventory through my Stampin' Up website, through the lists functionality on the Stampin' Up website. All right, so one of the nice things about Stampin' Up and their website is that they have this favorites list option that we didn't have in the Close to My Heart online system. It's something we asked for quite a few times, but we never got. So coming into Stampin' Up, having the ability to create a list for things is really exciting. So when you want to create a list, you're going to go into your system under your name where it says hello. You have this little heart icon, and you have the cart icon. The heart icon, not the cart, the heart icon is where your lists are. And if you click on it, it's going to take you to the lists that you have created. You can create as many lists as you like just by using Create New List. Right now I have 2. I have a favorites list and I have a purchases list. And what I've done is I've decided that any purchase that I make this year is going to go into this list so that I can keep track of it. And I have I have 7 items in this list. I can edit this list. I can delete this list. I can share this list. So if I wanted to share it with somebody as saying, "Hey, here's a starter kit list for a new team member," I can create a list and I can share that with them. I can create a list for my family to say, "Hey, here are the items that I'd like to buy for my birthday. You could you pick something from this list," right? So again, you can create lists for all sorts of different things. You can view 30 lines on the list or 90 lines on the list, and you can sort the list based off of how you want to see it. When you're creating a list that, say, is your favorites list, or the list that you want to buy, say you want to spend $100 a month and you're going to create a list for July and August and September and October, etc., and you're going to put the items that you're going to buy each month into a list. As long as all those items are available, you can click and add to cart. So again, lists are super powerful on this page. And I am using it again to track my inventory. So you can see I have a few items here. When I get an order in that I've placed, once I've sort of done the piece of labeling everything and putting everything together, I'm going to make sure I come in here and I'm going to add it to this list. And I can do that by just adding the item number here, or I can go up to my menu and I can go to, say, stamps, and I can look for the stamps that I have bought. And when I come in to this page, again, this is all of the stamps that are available right now. And I am going to make sure that I go in and I mark my favorites for the things that I've bought. So as I come into page 2, you can see I've marked Seaside Wishes photopolymer stamp set, and you see the heart is not clear, not open, it's closed, which means it's in a list. And if I click on that, it's going to tell me that this is in my purchases list so that I do not purchase it again. If I clicked on this and this was the heart for my favorites, then it's going to show up in the highlighting the favorites list. Or if it's a list for September, it will show up in the September list highlighted. So again, it tells me right away, A, I've got this stored somewhere, and B, they'll tell me what list I have it stored on, so I know about it. The other thing is when you buy bundles, whether it's a stamp and die bundle, or a stamp and punch bundle, or a stamp and embossing folder bundle, you want to put each individual item in your list that you've bought, meaning that you're going to put the stamp in, you're going to put the die in, you're going to put the embossing folder in, and you're going to put the bundle in. Because what ends up happening is you buy the bundle, and then you forget that you bought that embossing folder and you buy it again, right? So what we want to do is try to avoid those double purchases. So by going in and putting each individual item into your list as well as the bundle, you will hopefully avoid double purchases, because there's nothing worse than purchasing something that you already had, because it just feels very much of a waste of money, right? We've all done it, but we don't want to do it. So again, this was the Beach Day photopolymer set. I own that one, and so it's highlighted there. All right, so let's go find an item that I haven't marked. Oh, here, this one, this hot air balloon, I also own. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to click on that, and it's going to ask me, where do I want to put it? Which list do I want to put it in? So I want to put this into the 2024 purchase list. And when I refresh this page, it's going to then show me that heart is now filled in and it is sitting in the 2024 purchases. Okay, so let's go up to the bundles, and when I go to the bundles, I am looking at all of the individual bundles, and I'm going to go ahead and put any bundles that I have also into this favorites. Now, I happen to have the in colors. I'll go ahead and mark those. I probably know I'm not going to probably accidentally rebuy those, but I'm going to go ahead and add that to my list. Did it actually take it? Just double checking here. Yes, so it's in my 2024 purchases. And then I don't think I have any other bundles. So you can see that Seaside Wishes bundle I've already marked. And I don't think I have any other bundles right now that I need to mark. I think that was it. That was the only one. All right, so let's go and let's look at our dies. So I'm going to go to die cutting, and I'm going to go to all dies here. And I'm going to look for any of the dies that I actually have also purchased. So just going in here, I have the, let's see, which ones do I have? I've got this, this hybrid. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to mark that. That's Seaside Wishes hybrid. And then that will get added to my list. And we'll just see if there's anything else real quick here that I can also, I have this Everyday Details die set, so I'm going to go ahead and grab that one and add that one to my purchases list as well. And then I'll just do Beach Day as just another example. So those are all of the dies that I have. And then if I go back up to my purchases, I now have 12 items in my purchases, and I can see all of those items. So I've got some of the kits that I've bought, and then I've got the stamps. I will put in probably some of the ribbon and embellishments in here as well, but that I'm not so much worried about double dipping on, because I can always use that embellishment in multiple different places. So really what I'm concerned about is I really don't want to buy these big ticket items again by accident. And so by doing this, it's going to allow me to, at a quick glance, understand what I have and what I've bought, and whether it's something that's in a list that I want to buy in the future, or it's in the list of things that I've already bought. So hopefully that's helpful and gives you a way to track your inventory. All right, well, we have come to the end of my learnings and the A to Z's of the things that I've gotten from Stampin' Up, and the comparisons that I have been able to make between Close to My Heart and to Stampin' Up. Overall, I'm very happy with the transition. I'm very happy with what I've been able to create. I love my new team, and I am excited to continue creating and doing YouTube videos using the combination of Close to My Heart things as well as Stampin' Up things. And I hope that you are enjoying this journey and this discovery and all of my stumbles along the way. If you have any questions or comments, please feel free to leave them below. Again, I'll link a bunch of things down there based off of what I've shown you today that might be helpful to you. And I will also put things up on my blog as well if you head over there. I'm enjoying doing all of these videos for you, and hopefully you're getting some enjoyment out of them as well. All right, everyone, signing off for now. I will see you on the next video.